It's been 22 years since the tragic attacks on September 11th, 2001.
It's become one of the deadliest attacks on U.S. soil as hijacked planes crashed into the Twin Towers at the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and then in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, while on its way to Washington, D.C.
Somber ceremonies took place throughout the nation to remember each of the nearly 3,000 people who died that day and the first responders who came to the rescue through the toxic smoke and rubble. Many have since died or are still dealing with the sicknesses from that day.
In the Valley, people gathered at the 9/11 Memorial Park in Austintown to remember the thousands of lives lost in the tragic attacks. This memorial park is the only permanent one of its kind in the Mahoning Valley, a place that people still come back to each year to remember the infamous day that changed our country and our lives forever. There were several ceremonies that took place today locally. Our Sydney Canty takes us to some of them as we continue to look back on this devastating day 22 years ago.
September 11th, 2001, that devastating day commemorated in Austintown at the annual Mahoning Valley 9/11 Memorial. Victims who lost their lives and heroes who gave theirs honored.
It's history, and you should never forget your history.
And a flight attendant who was supposed to be on one of the hijacked flights reflecting on her memories that day.
I lost 7 friends on September 11th when the Boeing 757 jetliner flew into the Pentagon. People I just flew with and laughed with were gone.
Simeone telling me up until recently, it was really hard for her to talk about the events of that day, but she too realizes the importance of remembering and feels her story plays a significant role in that.
I want them to remember. I want people to remember this, what happened. I want them to remember my friends. And it wasn't like that for a very long time.
Over in Boardman, elementary students participating in their annual Patriot Day, planting a ceremonial tree and learning of the past.
We want to encourage our students to learn to do and to show support for the individuals that are there to protect them and help them in the event of a crisis.
And finally, Mission Barbecue in Boardman held an honors ceremony saluting victims of the 9/11 terror attacks and giving free sandwiches at their locations to first responders all day long. With more local news, I'm Sydney Canty.
Happening in Vienna, ceremonies are just starting at the Township Fire Department to remember those lost in the attacks. Artifacts from 9/11 are on display as well, which is part of its memorial so that people can reflect on the events of that day and never forget.